I've been saying from the start that I really don't have a reason to buy a PlayStation 5, and to be fair, I've said the same thing about the next Xbox. I really don't have a reason to buy either one of these games upon launch because there's not a lot of software to make me want to go out and spend all of this money on a system that is going to be rolling out with potential problems. I can wait until after the fact. Well, now, here we have it, where PlayStation has actively promoted and endorsed Black Lives Matter. This is one of the most ridiculous things I have seen. In the moment where we are heading to the release of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, One X, I can't keep up with these names for the Xbox. But when we're leading up to that, the fact that they are backing a complete and total domestic terrorist organization like Black Lives Matter is absolutely unbelievable. They are tweeting this out to their 20 million followers. This is mind-blowing, and this is really pushing me to a point where I don't want to support PlayStation at all. I have owned every PlayStation system up to this point, and I've enjoyed every PlayStation, and this right here, right before an election, which is clear what you're doing, you're clearly throwing your support behind Joe Biden. You're clearly going anti-Trump, and you are supporting a domestic terrorist organization that burns buildings to the ground and assaults people that disagrees with them. And Sony PlayStation has actively decided to brand their company with this nonsense, and I now have zero interest in a PlayStation 5 at this particular moment in time, and I'll have to see how I handle it. Maybe Mark the Cyborg finally will win, and maybe I'll just go all the way over to the PC. I still have my Nintendo, and Nintendo has aggravated me a little bit because ultimately, several months ago, every company pandered to this nonsense. And literally, there's not a company you could turn to that didn't pander to this bullshit. But I felt like we were past it. I felt like, okay, you know, the social trend of bending the knee to BLM, we finally moved past it. No. Here's PlayStation now actively promoting it on their Twitter account with 20 million followers. There is no reason for them to do this other than they are pandering, and they are pandering very, very hard. Now, will Xbox do it? It's possible. I don't have any faith in any of these companies, and that includes Nintendo. I don't even have faith in Nintendo at this point. I've lost all confidence in all companies when it comes to this political propaganda. Nintendo does try to stay out of this stuff, but they still bent the knee. And they should be held accountable. But if you look back on that time when all of these companies were doing it, it was just, that was the trend. And you couldn't find a company that wasn't bending the knee to it. What PlayStation is doing now is unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. I do not accept it. As a consumer, as a fan, as a longtime fan of PlayStation, I do not accept this at all. And I reject PlayStation. Basically, what PlayStation is telling me as a customer is that you don't want my money and you don't want me as a customer. That's essentially what you're telling me right now, because Black Lives Matter is not about Black Lives Mattering. Black Lives Matter is a political propaganda machine that supports domestic terrorism. That is what Black Lives Matter is, and that is what PlayStation has come out in support of. So if that's what you want to support, then I choose not to support you. Now, as I said on my video over on Geeks and Gamers, I will totally back off what I'm saying if the PlayStation account of 20 million followers comes out with a Make America Great Again banner that they support also as their brand. Give me a Donald Trump banner that shows that you support Donald Trump and police officers, and you promote that through your 20 million follower account, and I will totally back off. But we all know that's not going to happen. They're not allowed to do stuff like that. It's absolutely not going to happen. This is unacceptable. PlayStation should be held accountable. And me as a consumer at this particular point in time, I refuse your product. I don't want your product. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it because I don't want to support bullshit like this. And if this is what you are putting your brand behind, then I choose not to put my money behind your brand. That is the reality of the situation. As time progresses, we'll see what PlayStation does. We will see if they move away from this nonsense. We will see if they will openly endorse Donald Trump. They won't. I know they won't. I understand they're not going to do it. I'm leaving the opportunity open because, as I said, if you're being fair to all sides, I totally understand that. I have no problem with that. I don't necessarily like it. I don't think you should take a stand on either side as a brand. But if you're being fair to all sides, fair enough. But we all know that is not going to happen. So continue to pander to these nonsensical lunatics that are simply focused on burning buildings down. And guess what, PlayStation? They'll come for your building too. They don't care that you supported them. They will still burn your building to the ground. They will still assault your employees if those employees dare disagree with them. That is what BLM is all about. And you have decided to put your brand behind it. Congratulations on that. We'll see what other companies decide to go down this road. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Trump 2020, keep America great, make America great again, and we will talk to you later.